Hey YouTube, Single Mom with Curls here. My last video I mentioned that I maintain a traveler's notebook for everyday planning. And alongside that I used a binder for resources and home management. I'm currently in a Spek Touch Me in black. It's pebbly grained. The inside layout is very similar to a Gillio. I've not seen too many videos of the Touch Me, so I'll just go briefly through the pockets. You have a pocket here, a gusseted pocket here, you see, zipper compartment, secretarial, another secretarial, card slots where there are 6. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you get a full-length pocket in the back. In this pocket, I put receipts for the entire month. I do a financial review in which I itemize all of what I spent for the entire month onto a insert in my finance section. And when I'm done with the receipts, then I either throw them out or file them. So the important ones, like if I purchased a television or something along those lines, would be filed and everything else would be trashed. So in the pocket up here, just more receipts. I would also keep coupons back there if they're not coupons that I need to use immediately. This is a side loader by Gillio. I like it because of how thin it is. Also that it is so very clear versus the kind of opaque ones that Filofax has. I use 5 dividers. So work, blog, finances, goals, and info. In my info section, there are mostly lists and info sheets. So the first sheet is my in case of emergency, and this is more so literally emergency numbers, social security, where medical cards, bank info, car info. If someone needed to take over my life, this sheet of paper would get them started. And that's why it was so important for me to maintain a home planner. This I made when this was being used as an actual planner, but I've kept it because of the holiday list. It helps me to have it all here on a sheet of paper when I'm doing the planning for the month in my traveler's notebook. This is a school district calendar, so I use it to write down vacations, early dismissals, report cards, teacher conferences, so on and so forth. Birthdays and anniversaries that I made. This was an insert from Ray Blake's blog, My Life All in One Place. I just altered it for my needs. This one also is the exact same template. I've just done some simple altering. This is my 2014 year planner. I use it more so as a indexing. So I don't plan on this. I use it after the month's over. I will notate some significant things that occurred, so that way if I need to reference it at a later time, I can kind of just get an overview here and then go look in my actual inserts for the details. This one is just a 2015 version. And then I have some lists, to-do lists. This one is places to take my son that he's not been to. I have passwords, packing lists, my washi collection. This was when I was actually collecting planners. I'm not doing so at this point. I have 3 in total, and I think that is where I'll stay. Pens list, fountain pen supplies, books I wanted, DVDs to buy. Most of these lists have since then been migrated to my field note size traveler's notebook. Then I have the goal section, and this is a 3-year planner, which I've just not used as well as as I thought. I don't know if it's because of the space, the way it's created, or the space issues, or just because I can't wrap my head around it. I want to use it though, so I need to really sit down and figure out how to. If there are any ideas, leave them in the comments. This is a goal tracker, as well as I wanted to see how often I bought some things. So pet supplies, I want to see how often I was buying litter and canned cat food and dry cat food. How often I was having to repurchase contacts. I haven't done so because I've been wearing my glasses almost exclusively. Castile soap, because we only use natural products on our skin and body. My son has eczema, and I've had no issues with any skin flare-ups for the most part since we've switched to all natural products. So I just wanted to see how often I was forced to repurchase Castile soap, which I have to buy online. So I'm just trying to get the right amount of bottles per purchase to minimize how often I purchased. So yeah. And then the same thing with Kinky Curly Custard. It's a gel, all natural gel. And then just other things, what I'm doing with my hair, how often I'm doing haircuts. This list kind of fell off though. Then I was using it as a goal planner, so I had some basic goals that I wanted to do that then funneled down to this list that was more descriptive. Another insert that I got from Ray Blake's blog. It's a tongue twister. My life in all in one place. I will put a link to his blog down in the description. So then I would use the large sheet to funnel down to this one that would then break up my goals for the month into smaller sections. So goals for the month: work, personal, any significant events, debt repayment, savings, start doing, continue doing, stop doing. And then this part is for notes for next month and a reflection for the past month, and then you could rate yourself. I generally never get to the back of this, but the front kind of helped me get focused. Let's see. Then there's the master list. So this, I was kind of brain dumping there, and I've since then moved that to my field note size. So I need to rethink how I'm going to continue to utilize this. This is the same yearly chart, except I've been using it to track my reading. And so every time I finish a book, I just add it on here. I've read a bunch of books in November, but they're on my inserts for November. And so then I just take them from my inserts and put them on this. Again, it's like an overview. These are printouts from Pinterest. So they're like 100 books you must read for the summer. 100 top books of all time, and I've read quite a few that I kind of need to put these little stickers on, but I like them. When I don't know what to read next, I kind of refer back to it. Alright, so then we're in the finance section, and in my finance sections there's 3 sections. There are the registers, there is a budget sheet, and then there are debt repayment grids. We will skip the debt repayment grids. I literally list out the debt, the amount that is owed, and then I have either called said company and figured out a repayment plan, or in my own head I've figured out a way to start chipping at it. And then I kind of wrote it out literally by date, the amount I want to pay on said date, and how long it would take me to repay that debt in that amount of time. For obvious reasons, I can't show it to you, but I think you can get the idea. So this is how I use my registers. I'm currently only using one checking account. I have several, but I am maintaining one at the moment. And I literally list everything that comes in and out of that account: check, debit card, cash, whatever. And so I use these here to tell me how I spent the money. So this would be, I went to the ATM, I used my debit card, I wrote a check, or a check came in. So these are all of the things that I purchased this month. Then I either put whether it was a deduction in addition to my account and the balance. So that's what that looks like. Here are my budget sheets. I made them myself. I listed all of my expenses into categories. I take the receipts. I itemize the receipts. So if there's 5 items and 2 were groceries and 2 were supplies or like household items, or it could be toiletries. So then I literally add and subtract what's what, and I write that total on a sheet of paper, and then I calculate it for the entire month, and I fill in this sheet, and I know where every dollar was spent. Checking means how much is in my checking at the beginning of the month, what I got in payroll. Sometimes there's other income, and then I add and subtract it all up. I put how much went into my savings or was taken out of my savings here, and then any notes. Annual fees are things that happen once a year: car registration, Amazon Prime renewal, blog renewals, anything goes here. I list every cent every month of where my money went. And then, like I explained, after this sheet is my debt repayment grids. This is I'm working on the blog. I say that all the time, and it's because I've not done a blog before. I've done web work, but I've not built a blog from scratch. And I think without realizing it, I'm a perfectionist, and so I need every step to be perfect. And so I research before I do any step. And so it's been painstakingly slow. I don't just want to throw a blog up there and figure it out or keep changing it. I want it to be perfect the first time. So all I'm worried about is content as it progresses. So these are still just some notes, and I'll skip it for the most part. Just contact information as goes with the blog, YouTube, all that stuff. This is a new section. It wasn't in my last planner. Initially, I had work entirely separate. I work from home. There's no reason for it to be separate. I'm not going to take another binder somewhere else, so there's no reason to have everything in different locations. I maintain my actual task list in my traveler's notebook now. And so this is just resource pages, things that I need to refer to on a regular basis, and is much easier to maintain in rings. This is a quick contacts list. It's not a big deal for me to show you this because all this can be found on the web, on the my job's website. So, but I don't want to look for them all the time. So it's much easier to have them written here. I need to call someone, I look it up, I move on. This is a fold out holiday schedule. That's what it looks. This is the meat of the planner. I work at a school, in college to be specific. And so, like I said, my tasks are cyclic. So I do the same thing every fall, every spring, every summer, and sometimes I do the same thing in every semester, just at different times of the semester. And so it was easier for me to kind of write out the maybe the heading of the task, and then there are probably like 20 different steps to each one of these tasks, but so that way I'm on track at all times and I can kind of forecast what I need to do, because no one is managing me. I need to manage myself. So I have one for fall, I have one for spring, and I have one for summer. Just some notes, some other notes, and then just some note paper. Just some notes from a conversation with my boss, and there she is. And so I use this alongside of my traveler's notebook when I sit down on Sundays to plan, and anytime in between that I need to refer to something. I appreciate you watching. Questions, concerns, comments, leave them down below. I generally always answer. Subscribe, and I will be back with an update of my traveler's notebook and my field notebook. And I purchased a Hobonichi weekly. Yay me. Alright. Take care. Goodbye.